Peace, peace, y'all. Welcome to today's mathematics with your girl Sunshine Monet L. Today is 11:38. We have reached the first day of the fourth decade of the month, the last day of the month of 11, the month of mastery. Doing self so well that you became an inspiration and an aspiration to other people. You have influenced yourself and influenced others, whether in the physical, because they're watching you at your best self in your physical self, or even your org body. You could have been praying so hard, manifesting, materializing, meditating, putting sounds up into the universe, into the cosmic web or whatever, so well that someone downloaded your uploads and now they're inspired and now they want to do certain kind of things, and their stars are aligning with your stars, and we're opening up new portals, and it's a great time here. So congratulations to those who have successfully, mastered self, mastered this experience, mastered taking initiative, being a leader in your space, making decisions, paying attention to your scales, because 11 is also 2. So we're still going back to the 2s of, balance and harmony, standing in truth, paying attention to the scales of my yacht, the Oba scales, Babalao likes to walk around with, what I'm saying, making sure your heart stayed light as a feather through all these transformations during this tropical energy of the snake. And then we went into the Vedic, then we went to the tropical energy of the owl, and Native American horoscope, and then we're still in the Vedic snake, so we're still in the snake in our energy exchanges, being transformational and things. But we're in our mindset, we are in the owl. Now we're being more wise because we got to experience 30 days of 11 to bring us into this wiseness, this wisdom that Obatala Sagittarius energy has for us. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you made it. You made it to the cornerstone, and we're doing things with it. So on this day of 3-0, we're in the day of creation. We done closed up the third decan of the month. We currently are on Osiris type time in the Egyptian horoscope of decans. And so we're in that space of the underworld and the darkness, which you can feel because it gets dark. The sun starts going down at like 2:30. It just feels like a whole lot. I know we make jokes about this every year, but doesn't every year it seem like it's just happening like earlier and earlier and earlier? Or maybe it's like, the way my life has been set up, like I'm being affected by it more. It's not just like coming home from school and having an hour of daytime before it's time to go in the house. Now it's like, nah, you good. At 2:30 you can feel the sun setting, sis. You setting. We all setting. But I don't know where I was going with that. But we are in the month of mastery. We're going to take that day of 3, the day of understanding and expression and creation, a day of emotion. 3 is a Saturn day, as Saturn does rule over Bina energy, giving us the challenges that we need in our space, to be able to create new discipline and order and boundaries, have a resourcefulness of self, our survival skills, all things in the root chakra. Is all the challenges that we experience that help us develop our root chakra. That is Saturn energy, what we're standing under. And a lot of us stand under other people's intellect. What other people have taught us is how we're supposed to get our resources and things like that. But we have come into a really dope generation of Saturn individuals, Saturn placements and Capricorn placements, that a lot of these people in this place and day, we are, exercising our own understandings of how we want to live and what we want to do with ourselves and our time and our space, really exercising the freedoms that this country swears up and down they fight for and represent, that somehow the citizens don't have. But neither here nor there. I won't get into the things. I don't want to get into the things with you guys. I know on the internet you guys are very emotionally attached to those things, and I don't. I'm not emotionally attached to too much of anything, so I'll stay away from those things. We're going to put this 3 of creation, expression, Saturn, Bina energy. Gemini also rules over the 3rd house, talking about communication and community and our cousins and siblings and grandparents and all that, and learning how to be flexible and adaptable while also being stable and sturdy and reliable, right? And we're going to take that and we're going to master it. This is our last day of mastery. This is the last energy that we get to master. And what a beautiful energy to end the month off with. For real, for real. Like, what are you standing under? Whose energy are you standing under? Whose intellect are you standing under? Are you standing under yourselves or someone else's? And how has it been allowing other people, places, things, situations, and ideals control your root chakra versus you and what it is that you want to do? Are you having a good time? I'm not. I really just want to go into the woods and just mind my business. There's a little bit of fear in that, not so much as my experience in the woods, but more so like other people, places, and things and situations that have absolutely nothing to do with me living in the woods. Like, what will they think? How will they act? What will go on? Like, and it's like, bro, is it really that deep? No, it's not. I'm not really emotionally connected to it, but it's just enough to keep me standing under what society says a mother should be doing, a woman should be doing, an adult should be doing. And so, like, I'm working on my root chakra. I'm being transparent. I can work with y'all. Like, energy awareness is key. And when you learn how to accept your energy after you become aware of it, then you go to the third key. And what's the third key? You might want to realign, build and destroy, have a conversation with yourself. And so, I have no problem with being vulnerable with y'all. When I speak to y'all, I do not speak from a pulpit. I speak standing right next to you. We're having a conversation right now. All right. Feel free to respond in the comments. Ashe. So yeah, we're going to put this into this 11 of master, and it brings us to 1 and 4. So now it's this intellect on our foundation, kind of like what I was just sharing with you guys just now. Like, what's in my foundation? Like, what is creating this fear? What experience, what person, what place, what thing, what event, what object calls for this to be in your root chakra, for you to stand under this, for you to want this in your space to begin with, right? And that brings us to 5, because once we have that knowledge and that intellect, now we are enforcing what it is that we wish to enforce that's in that 4, that knowledge that we have on that 4, that foundation, what's in that root chakra that makes you stand under the things the way that you are. Either you're okay with what that is and you're enforcing that, continuing it in your space, like, I'm just never going to live in the woods, we're just going to continue to enforce what society would rather me do, or it's fuck that, erase that shit out of my 4s. That's not a part of my cornerstone no more. I'm going to enforce what I want to enforce. I'm going into the woods right now. Fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm hopping on. I'm putting my thumb there, hitchhiking right now to the nearest woods. You know what I'm saying? It's all up to you. It's all up to you and how you want to do it, how you want to enforce. 5 is Hero Kahuti. 5 is the celestial enforcers. It's the 5th sphere. And the Sephiros, this is when we get into Mars energy. 5 can also deal with Leo energy, which is the other fire on the other side of the thing. Now we get into the Tippereth. Now we get into confidence and courageousness, creativity, the romantic self, passion. Be mindful of the thespian self going overboard. You go overboard in Hero Kahuti as well and start trying to control everything outside of self instead of controlling self. So be mindful of that. Like, if you're not cool with what you're standing under your root chakra, the response isn't to start controlling other people outside of yourself and events outside of yourself. The solution should be like, oh, I gotta go inward and fix and recontrol what's going on inside of me. I've lost control of myself, like that. So we're in the 5 of Hera Kahuti. We're going to put a 5 into the year of 8, because everything we do, we build and destroy with it. So now we're in this year of Sebek. We're the year of Mercurian energy, celestial technicians, labeling, classifying, separating things in alignment with Mayat, because 2024 is what's making Sebek this year. Wisdom in our cipher, wisdom in our foundation, or Chokmah and 0, Chokmah and Chesed. Chesed is Mayat. Chokmah is Jupiter energy, which is abundance, optimism, joy, wisdom from the oracle and sage. That explains like the big, boom in spirituality and intellect and energy awareness, or at least the desire to have it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to put that 5 into the 8. That brings us to 1 and 3. So now we have, again, coming into the knowledge of what you're standing under. What are you standing under? Do you like it here? And overall, today's a day of 4. Today is a day of foundation. Cancer rules over the 4th house. This is the divine womb from which we all came out of. So, it's the foundation of all things, home and family, nurturing, the moon. Not only is it, that's why we love the moon. I love that song. But yeah, so, it's constant. And it's also always changing at the same time. So like being like the moon is like that divine balance. Like all these planets, we might not see it with your naked eye, but all these planets being waxing and waning, but they're stable. They do make sure they show up every day. So, as should you, show up every day, whether you're waxing or waning. Hey, fuck it up. Show up. You showed up. You know what I'm saying? And even if you showed up in crescent, even if you showed up in new form, you know what I'm saying? You showed up. So like kudos to y'all for showing up in your waxing and wanding on this beautiful day of 4, foundation and stability. You know, it's a great day for my life path 2s and 4s. Y'all find some level of stability today. Y'all, you know, finally finding a solution to a situation, grounding yourself and things like that. We love it here. To my 3s, 6s, and 9s, find some grounding in a 4, whether it's a 4 in a situation, 4 in a person, 4 in yourselves. Tap into your chesed, tap into your 4 Sephiroth, your Mayat, your internal law. And you know, it's okay to build and destroy in that 4 if it's not serving you. You know, the results is still in alignment with what you want to be if you're the one in control of it. You know what I'm saying? But when you try to control other people, places, things, and situations, put yourself in that person or thing's shoes. Like, bro, I don't want nobody coming in trying to control my shit and I'm still trying to learn my shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, learn how to control your shit before somebody come in and try to give you that energy you was trying to give the other situation. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where we at with it on the 4s. Moving gratitude in this energy of chesed and this energy of Mayat, you know, really grounding ourselves and coming to our celestial law and what we wish to manifest. And tomorrow we begin the month of 12, knowledge and wisdom, bringing us understanding every time. So it's a beautiful gift of the Magi that we have that we'll be experiencing for 31 days. And I'm very excited, you know, whether for some of you guys will be closing a quarter, the fiscal year quarter for y'all, and for some of y'all we'll just be closing down the 3rd quarter and opening ourselves up to the 4th quarter, getting ready for the new year and Aries. Either way it goes, I'm going to show you how the numbers are in alignment, always in your favor. Like, let's not play around. Even people that think that's your ops, even events that people think, oh my God, why is this happening to you? You're being punished. All that shit's still working in your favor. You can always turn a bad thing good, in the famous words of Ross the Mouse. So let's talk about what's astrologically, astronomically happening. We started the day off with a waning crescent moon, 1%, moon rising at 6:33 a.m. and setting at 3:51 p.m. We are in the 5th house with it. So we are in that house of adaptability, Hera Kahuti energy, Mars, Gemini energy, Gemini, Mercurian energy of the family, the community, communication, learning how to be flexible and adaptable, yet stable and secure. Tropically speaking, we're in Scorpio, so we're building and destroying with this community. We're building and destroying these realms of communication and things that we know. Empowering ourselves with that too in our happenings and in our draconic. So we're in Scorpio all across the board today. We still in a little bit of Libra constellation, but we make our way to Scorpio by the end of the day. So Scorpio all across the board, building and destroying in the moon, empowering ourselves, pendulum of power exchange, Leo sunrise at 7:01 a.m. and setting at 4:34 p.m. The Leonids reached the end of their activity today. The moon and Dashuba are at minimal angle at 9:33 a.m. The moon is 3 degrees south southwest, conjunction at 1:35 p.m. The moon is 3.2 degrees south, and no, this is not visible. The moon and Graphius are in conjunction at 4:28 p.m. The moon is 6.2 degrees south. Taurus is opposite the sun today at 4:41 p.m. and it's the best visibility of the year. So we got the heart chakra on the forefront, on the spotlight. We got the moon going through the Scorpius stars of Saturn and Mars, giving us challenges and transformations and making us go through the birth canal and reborn over again. And it hurts a little bit. That's why your bones are malleable. Another example of that Gemini energy, being adaptable and flexible, yet still stable and secure, like a baby's bones going through a womb. Still showing up. Your head's a little weird shaped, but you showed up, and we love it here. And that's what I got for you today, Cosmic Nobodies. I hope you enjoyed this month of mastery. I enjoyed this month of mastery. I am nowhere near where I thought I was going to be. I am nowhere near doing the things that I thought I would be doing. 11:30 looks way different than 11:1. By far, but I'm here and I'm showing up and I'm smiling and I'm moving gratitude, and I hope that you're here and you're showing up and you're showing it and you're moving in gratitude and smiling as well. So peace, y'all.